Oh, yeah. I never said who was introing. What's up, everybody? It is Chris with the K here, and we have got FDL Central for the playoffs. And joining me is Galloway Saget. It is just the yappers of the FDL Central, Galloway. We are going to have so much fun.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, we already are, brother. We already are.
Oh, yeah. And I will be working on some pick'em brackets for everyone that would want to participate in that. Basically just, you know, who's in the playoffs and what, and you guys can choose how you think each league is going to go. But Origin League up first, Galloway. And we have got a lot of storylines here. The one that I'm mostly thinking about right now is the Eagles ending up first seed. I do love the Eagles. They always do really well in Origin. This time, Mia Moore coming in as starter. I don't want to say this is the season for her, but I do want to say it looks really good coming in at #1 seed for Origin.
It's definitely a strong #1 seed. Not to mention, you still want Mia Moore being that for the top, not top, because that would be Zaya, but they have a solid with potato plays as well. That is a very solid, well-rounded team. They play great together. That makes a dominating first seed or #1 seed.
Oh, yeah. And the way that they did it, too, I mean, Huskies, they were looking good all season long, and they beat them in Week 10 for that #1 seed. Huskies also looking incredibly strong with Tubby Boy breaking the record for goals in a season, I believe, at 101 or 102. I can't remember what the record was, but he's on a very exclusive list of players that do get over 100 in a season, so kudos to our boy Tubby Boy. That guy is on a different level, and I'm looking forward to see how the Huskies deal with the Lobsters. We're going to go through each of these matches, guys, but I'm just pointing out some of the highlights you're going to get used to seeing. Galloway, is there any matches there that you're kind of thinking, you know, any storylines you see?
Well, you know, it's kind of hard to say because there's 4 matches here with 8 teams that are truly, no, they have all fought hard to get there and have done fantastic. I was going to try to narrow it down by flipping a quarter, but there's just too many to choose from. They're just too daggone good. I mean, the Lobsters, the Huskies, like you were saying, that's going to be a very interesting storyline to follow. You got the Eagles against the Owls, which we might see a Goob appearance. That would be kind of crazy as well.
Oh my
and
God.
Goob has won a series this league or this week season.
Yeah.
So that'd be even more crazy, Chris. I mean, can you imagine if Goob subs in against the Eagles and the Owls just blow it away to sweep, 4-0 sweep? How crazy that would be. FDL would literally burn.
It would, because I think that might be a cat in hell's chance or whatever the expression is. I mean, congrats on getting a series win this season, but it is also going up against the Eagles round 1. I don't like those chances, but I am looking forward to see Blood Wolf versus Eagles. I cannot think of the other person on the Owls at the second. Oh, Big Country. Never mind. I do know who's on the Owls. I'm a fraud. Fraudulent activity right here, but I am looking forward to that match. I do, however, love that the Hydras and the Unicorns are in the playoff bracket because it felt like those two were battling it all season long.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to go to that too because both of those two teams.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
They're not.
Might have gotten a virus. We're going to find out. But hey.
Well, your pending internet doom aside, no, both of these two teams are not new franchises, but they are returning franchises that hadn't been here for a season or two at the very least. And for both of them in Origin to make it to the playoffs, that's congrats. My hat's tipped off to Mari or Flam, depending on how you know her, and Upbeat, the GMs of each of those two franchises.
Yeah, and yeah, especially Upbeat, you know, coming in, he's making playoffs this season.
Mm-hmm.
After not a great performance in Expert last season, Origin, he is, staying on top in what is possibly the most contested Origin League we have seen. And since the Penguins fall from grace, the flightless birds that they are out of this race due to complications, I am really looking forward to see who comes out on top because
Mm-hmm.
it's a door blown wide open for any of these teams to take it. We'll see what each other thinks at the end of this, but let's start with that Unicorns versus Rams game there at the very top. That is 1 versus 4, and I am going to be pulling up because I don't know these teams by hand, but I do know Rams. They got a forfeit win from the Penguins in Week 10. They make it into the playoff bracket, and the
Mm-hmm.
Unicorns, they went through the gauntlet. I mean, great Honda, absolutely wonderful captain coming in, and now the AGM of the Unicorns. It
Mm-hmm.
is really nice to see how the Unicorns have performed in this Origin League, especially when you got the big names like Blood Wolf, when you got the Lobsters outclassing a lot of teams,
Mm-hmm.
continuing from last season. So Unicorns versus Rams, I kind of want to just say Unicorns are going to take it convincingly, but what are your thoughts, Galloway?
I'm of the same opinions that the Unicorns will be taking it, Chris. It's just no. You have no the Rams who haven't had a quite a well. I mean, the record's only one different, but it hasn't been quite as pretty. It felt like it was a little bit more rough for them to get to here.
Yeah.
And I'm always wary of a team that had a rougher path to get to the playoffs than a team who seemed to storm their way to it because they've weathered a lot tougher storms. They've weathered a lot more difficult situations for whatever reason that may have been. I think unicorns do take it, but I don't think it's just going to be a. I think Rams will. I think. I think the unicorns will probably take 2 games. Then the Rams will make a massive comeback push and get at least 2 games out of them before the unicorns can finally close out the series. That's what I'm thinking.
There is always in Origin League. There is always one upset in the first round. Last season, it was Huskies getting upset by the Vipers. Luckily, they don't have to worry about the Vipers this time. But Rams, they could very well be that team. If you take them lightly, they can pull off really impressive wins. And
Absolutely.
we're gonna see. It's any given day, anyone is gonna win, especially Origin League. You know how that goes. But
Yeah.
gonna be a good 1 versus 4 seed. Colts versus Hydras, 2 versus 3 coming in, and Colts. I don't know how they got this record. I won't lie. I did not see the Colts. No one's been talking about them in what I've heard and seen in league play. They just kind of snuck their way up there in that 7-3 seed, and they got 2nd seed in this Courage Conference. I mean, when the other 2 teams around them are 7-3 and 8-2, that's a really good record that they're coming out with. Especially Awesome Bill for the playoff seasons he's had. He deserves a good record. Congrats to Awesome Bill for that.
Mm-hmm. And I was going to say, the Colts team, they don't call him mediocre Bill from Mawsomeville. They call him Awesome Bill from Dawsonville for a reason. And he's captaining this team. He's going to lead it very well. They got Cyber, who's been recently picked up towards the end of the season due to whatever the circumstances were. I can't quite remember off the top of my head now. But there's also he who shan't be named on that team, Chris.
Yeah, we don't talk about the mysterious third man on the team.
I think
Uh,
as Kimmy from the Unicorns, or no, the Hydras would say is doggy bark bark 480 or something like that.
Something along those lines.
Something like that.
He who shall not be named, but Cyber. This guy, I think has yet to play in a playoff bracket. This guy always gets to the end of the season, and I don't think he's played. So I don't like the chances. So we're probably gonna see Doggy Bark Bark in the playoffs. I
No,
imagine.
no, no. I've been corrected by Kimmy herself. It's doggy woof woof 180.
Ah, Doggy Wolf
There we go.
Wolf.
Yep.
Very common misconception. The cooler
Yep.
brother, Doggy Bark Bark, couldn't make it. But that
True.
is, I do believe we might see an appearance from the unnamed third man. Treating me like Voldemort. Okay, that's a funny reference. Shout out Kitty Meow Meow on that one. That was good. That was good. But
Yeah.
I think we might be seeing that appearance. And still a very good showing, especially at an 8-9 salary going into the playoffs. Faring against the Hydras though, in Upbeat's team, who it's Upbeat and Captain Kimmy, right?
Yeah, I'm about to say, speaking of Kimmy, here she is popping off with Upbeat and Amish King as a third. But
go on.
no, go right ahead. You're about to add to this.
Well, and I was just saying, Amish King at the lowest salary, 5-1 series record is phenomenal from Amish King, I must say. What happens with this playoff lineup? I don't know. You know, they might go higher seed just because of experience and whatever else. But Amish King has had one good performance this debut season, as a matter of fact. So, shout out Amish King on that, and Captain Kimmy also, first season coming in. Upbeat, absolutely great job captaining this team. I am looking forward to see Hydras. What were you going to say?
Oh, I was just going to I was going to introduce the fact that they had this lineup from the Hydras. You know, Upbeat, who was in the expert, so he had a taste of that. I won't say a higher gameplay. We'll just say people who has a little bit more confidence with their whiffs. He came from the expert league, and he's done a good job. I feel like being a GM and captain of. Captain Kimmy is obviously the captain, but I feel like he's done a good job helping lead this Hydras team to make it to the playoffs against some solid teams like the Penguins, or not Penguins, but the Unicorns. God, I couldn't think of their name. No, they've gone up against the Unicorns. They lost to them at one time, but they beat the Lobsters. They beat the Vipers. They've beaten the Owls as well, and I believe that game did have Blood Wolf in it, if I was not mistaken. No, it did not.
Nope.
But they've beaten the Owls as well. I mean, they've beaten some solid teams that are also in this playoff bracket. So.
Oh, yeah. I think every top team has taken wins against each other in their respective conferences. There's not one truly dominating factor of a team here that I can think of.
Yes, I mean that's one of the things that makes this Origin playoffs. It's just so just chaotic. They're all feel like they're evenly matched, just jumping at the bit. Who having a better day that day? It seems like. That said, I think it's gonna be hard to go against the Colts. But with Cyber being a relatively new, I don't know how much the game time that they've had together. There goes my quarter.
I can tell you the experience of Awesome Bill and Cyber. They made playoffs last season, and Cyber got grounded, so he couldn't play.
Oh, yeah, I remember that now. I remember that now.
Yep. So, in terms of experience in league play, pretty good. In terms of experience in playoffs, could use improvement. Could show up to the match, Cyber. I mean, it's not that hard, but I am looking forward to see Kitty Meow Meow play in the playoffs, and I think he'll do better than Cyber, because if you show up, you're already one-upping him. But who do you got winning that match?
Ooh, that's extremely tough. I feel like we're going to have an underdog with the Hydras. I feel like it's not because of record. I think it's just Colts are probably just going to come out already blasting all cylinders. I think Hydras can rough it out, and I think they can win. But I hate it, and I know I'll get flamed for it later on. But I think I'm going to give it to the Colts, and I don't want to say 5-1 because I feel like that'd be criminal, or 4-1. Sorry, but
that will be criminal from my perspective.
It'd be very criminal. I'll give the. If the Hydras come out swinging, I think they'll take it to at least a game 6. I think they might lose it in a game 6, but
okay.
I believe in their ability to win this match in a 7.
All right. I'm going Hydras. I like what they got going on this season. I've been a Captain Kimmy playing in all the events this season. Absolutely love that. I'm staying Captain Kimmy right now. Upbeat. Love that guy. He does a lot of good stuff around here. Doing an awesome job as AGM this season. Amish King, I don't know where you came from. I don't know where you go. But, hey, You got an incredible record debut for the lowest salary on your team. I respect this Hydras team. I think they're going to do really good. I'm going to say 4-1 Hydras. Um, yeah.
Understandable. It's all a matter of how hard the Colts come out swinging, I feel like. Otherwise, I
Yeah.
think the Hydras have a pretty daggone good chance.
The Colts really need to come out of the gate just absolutely pounding the net on the Hydras. If they let if they let the Hydras break out, it's going to be troublesome.
Yeah, if they can keep Hydras on the back foot early, I feel like, and then keep them on that back foot, I feel like they can take it. But
Yeah.
I can agree with what you say. I can agree with that.
And while this ain't going to be my match of the round one for Origin League, Eagles versus Owls is going to be one for the history books. Bloodwolf and Big Country versus Mia Moore and Zia, if everything's in a perfect world. I don't know who's going to win, but I know we're going to at least game 6 for it.
Unless we have Goob in there, the Owls are sweeping.
Yeah, I don't know about the Owls sweeping, but I don't know. I give them one game, but we'll get to that point when we cross it. If Goob actually plays, I don't know. I don't know what I do, but Eagles. I think this might be the Eagles season to, like, if you're gonna win any season in Origin League, this is gonna be the one. This is. Mia has had some of the best performances in playoff brackets that I have ever seen, and I am very, very. I want to see Mia win so badly. It would just be awesome, but you've got one bloodbath of a gauntlet to run. You got to get through Owls, and then you got to get through either Lobsters or Huskies. This is a bracket to earn, and it's going to be just like Expert League's Eagles when we get there, too. But this is going to be a season to earn if you are the Eagles.
You know, it's crazy because we look at this Eagles team, and in a normal circumstance, we would say, oh, yeah, this Eagles team, they can do this. But then, like you said, you just look at the lineup of what they have to go through. You're just like, man, that's a bunch of other teams that, in a normal situation, would just take it. Like I said, starting off Bloodbath with Blood Wolf. I saw the pun you did there. I liked it. I appreciated it. I think it would be a very interesting line or matchup between these two teams. We know that Blood Wolf there, he'll constantly say that he's played terribly whenever he does all right. He holds himself to such a high standard. I feel like if he can let go of that pressure he puts on himself and just says, I'll show up for the team, I feel like that's one less step, or that's one less thing in his way, and I feel like they will win it a lot easier.
Yeah.
But the and Big Country, he can be a solid player as well. He can really step up. I'll play with twos with him random times every now and then. He can step it up if if you support and set him up. He can really strive into it as that technical second man role if you just go off of salaries alone. He can really strive into it as a really solid A team from the South. That said, Mia Moore specializes in taking out that that support, taking out that system that you set up with your teammate. And then you got Zaya, who also stepped down from expert and didn't have the best season like Upbeat you would say, but has really been a solid player this season for this Eagles team. I find it really hard to go against this Eagles team. I truly do. I love Bloodwood to death. I love Big Country to death. I don't know Sky, so you know what? I like you, Sky, from what little bit of interaction that we have had. I just think the Eagles will take it.
I
really.
I don't want to say I see a way in which Eagles lose because I don't want to jinx them. Because Owls are a very strong lineup in Blood Wolf. I mean, one of the most consistent players Origin has seen, especially mechanically. I do believe that I might be a little biased in picking Eagles, but I do believe this might be one of the best seasons for Eagles teams. Even last season, I think this roster is way better. I've got Eagles, but I have to have it in 7 because I don't think there is any other way that this ends.
I agree. I don't want it to end any other way. I want it to be nerve-wracking all the way to the bloody finish.
Oh yeah.
Both
Eh,
these teams deserve at least that much, where winner takes all game.
Yeah, and I think if it ends, the best series always end in 6. So I kind of want it to end in 6, but not for the wrong reason that it would not be as close. But I just think game 6s are better. But this matchup, Lobsters Huskies, has gotta be my number one matchup in this league because Lobsters Huskies always good in Origin. You will never not find a good lineup in the Huskies in this Origin league. And the Lobsters, off of that performance last season, and Too Cool looking on top of it with KG on the debut season of 5-1. That Lobsters team, while I do believe Lobsters should have won last season, this is another lineup that I really don't think can lose. They can't beat themselves. If they beat themselves, then it's over. But this Huskies team, I think they're going to put on firepower that the Lobsters have not seen all season. I mean, you got Tubby Boy registering over 100 goals. Like, how can you... I don't think they're going to be ready for that.
True, and you have Hoodie who likes to play that supportive back line as well and be there on the goal line as well to stop what would otherwise be a counterattack or stop what would otherwise be a cheeky goal. He's usually just sitting there like, wait, why is he there? Oh, he got a save. Never mind. Good job. It's a good combo because you have that offense versus defense mindset from both of those two players, and Tubby Boy we trust. It feels like Hoodie just says, "Go for it, King. It's all on you," and it works.
Mm-hmm.
And no, I really like it. I like this Lobsters team as well. No, I'm gonna be a huge Too Cool and KG fan. I like them both. It's just I think it's gonna be. I think they can do it. Too Cool if he gets out of his head, if he plays his game, if he has fun with it, the play off the vibe that I know KG fan is. If you just have a blast and go with it, I think I don't know if this would be considered a crazy hot take or not, but I think Lobsters could win it. If Too Cool gets out of his head, gets focused, gets upset, gets frustrated, whatever you want to call it, gets his mind into it with KG backing him up, just being a wild card that KG is. I think they can do it. However, I think if it's a matter of consistency, I think the Hoodies, or not the Hoodies, the Huskies have probably the higher chance of winning, and I think they probably will. In a, I can see this being either a Game 5 or Game 6 kind of scenario for them.
I do see game 5 ending here. I do think it is going to be a matter of how long can the Lobsters hold on defense going up against the Huskies. If they're able to hold on defense, get them on a counterattack, Lobsters, they can win in 5. There's no doubt about it. But if they let the Huskies go, then it's going to be over.
And here's another thing too. As also I feel like a true matter. We know how Too Cool is. If Too Cool can truly neutralize uh, Tubby, which will be difficult, but if he can really get into Tubby's head and just constantly eliminate him, because we like no Too Cool loves his demos.
Mm-hmm.
If that also takes into a play, this turns into a whole new match where the matchup will be KG versus Hoodie, just about.
Yeah.
That become a lot more of a bigger attributing factor, and I think that would really turn this matchup on its head.
We will see. I think this Origin League is stacking up to be one of the best yet. Everyone has got their opportunities to win, their hat in the basket, and I want you to call a winner right now, Galloway. A winner of it all.
Of it all.
Of it all.
I know at one point we said the bums who had to get disqualified. Due to, and I won't say bums. That's kind of rude. But, oof. You have a technical madhouse with Bloodwolf now. You have Tubby, the offensive power horse. The Hydras, who everybody just wants to love. The Eagles, who is having their season. The Unicorns and Rams, both who just I want to be say the winner, the underdog who wins it all. Man.
I'll give you two options. Who's going to be in the grand finals? Okay, you got a little bit of a better chance there, because it is a tough bracket to pick.
My quarter is ready for the two options, Chris. Let's go.
It is a big quarter. Where did you pull that out of?
It's a big year.
Alrighty. I don't know how you're going to flip a quarter for 4 teams on each side, but I'm looking forward to seeing this.
I've done it before.
Alrighty.
All right, who's these 2 teams you think are making it to the finals?
Ooh. I'm going to say, and I'm going to go real boring on this. I'm going to say it's going to be a Unicorns-Eagles grand finals. I think it's going to be both number 1 seeds. My alternate pick was Hydra's Huskies. That would be a really weird grand finals in Hydra's Huskies, and I think I would be ready for it.
For the drama, I would love the Unicorns versus Eagles, simply because Kazumi and Mia Moore date each other.
Oh no, we're not gonna have another one of these storylines. Oh my gosh, that
relationship
would be
broken because of FDL.
That would be. Oh. We can't put that on the resume, Galloway. We can't do that. I think we might get the wrong impression from people.
That would be an amazing storyline. I don't think that will happen, though. I think we will end up getting Unicorns. No, I can see this. Unicorns, Hydras facing each other. I think I would see the Hydras taking that in a very tough fight. Going up against... Ooh. Who do I think wins Eagles and Huskies? That's just... I think Eagles would take it. I think it will be Eagles versus Hydras. I think Eagles will take it in the end.
I like that. We've got Expert League up next, and oh boy, Galloway, number 1 seed, man.
Oh God, no pressure.
What's the champion's curse? Is 9-1? So you are avoiding a champion's curse.
It was all planned too. Totally planned it. We lost that second game intentionally for it.
Penguins have the other end of that stick, but this playoff bracket did end up really weird because of how seeding works in it. Top 2 seeds are who wins their division. So Dragons, they won theirs, but the Monkeys also won their division in at a 5-5 record. The Lobsters, they did have a better one, but they were just below the Dragons in their division. Therefore, Monkeys getting that upper seed. And then same with the Owls. They were the top in their division, so the Griffins getting bumped down there. Coincidentally, on the original bracket I had, they were all right. I just had them in the different spot. So Monkeys Griffins was originally where Owls and Lobsters are. So that was kind of funny. But now it's just Monkeys, and the winner of Monkeys Griffins will play the winner of Eagles Penguins, which I don't know what bracket side I would rather be on. I don't, because you see the Eagles there, and that storyline getting into the playoffs we'll talk about later. But Eagles, they are always going to have good teams. You cannot.
Oh, I remember the Eagles from last season. I remember that.
They won some games, didn't they?
Yeah, they won some against me in the finals. It's in the game 7. I remember that.
The storyline of Dragons, Eagles getting back to it will be good in the grand finals again. Especially how Eagles got here, but again, we'll get to that later. Dragons, Vipers, though, Galloway. I know who you got winning that one. The Vipers back on top in the Expert League. You cannot go against them here. Rico, Devil Jacob, and unfortunately, Gold did rage quit in week 8 or something. So they did get a Did they not
They
get?
picked up Insane Rossi as a reserve, but Eternity took Gold Scopes. Was it Gold Scope? Was it? No, they did not get a third starter.
They didn't.
Was-
I was talking to Rico about it, but it appears they did not get a third starter.
Then that means they cannot use Rossi then because he's a low or higher salary than Eternity.
Yeah, and I don't think they have the salary cap. They do have the salary cap for it. So
Yeah.
if they
Well,
wanted to
hey.
sign him, I mean, yeah, because Gold Scope left, that's out of the team's kind of range for it. But
Mm-hmm.
it does suck. Devil Jacob and Gold Scope have been two of the best players in 1v1 Titans history, and finally on a team together, that would have been awesome to watch. But we were robbed of a great storyline in the Vipers.
I would have absolutely loved to play both of them. I would have.
Sadly, we got robbed this season, Galloway. But what is also interesting about this playoff bracket, there's no Coyotes.
Very true.
Coyotes didn't make it in. Coyotes have not missed a playoff bracket in Expert League ever, I believe. They have always been really good. And this season, they didn't make it in, which, that's Kings of Expert now out of the way. But Dragons, they're starting a little dynasty, Galloway. You're doing some work over there, so I got to know. Who do you want to see in the grand finals? Because I know you're going to take yourself the whole way. Who do you want to see in that grand finals from the other side?
Well, the thing is, man, for whatever reason, Lobsters, they just want nothing to do but to counter me for whatever reason. I don't know why. You have Redwater and Coldzilla, both who are objectively better than me, but they target me for some reason, and it somehow works. But no, I do have to take ourselves to the finals. I just have to. Not just because I'm wearing a Dragons jersey and I'm GM, not because of that.
No legal
because
obligations in the way, none at all.
Not the thought, no. But I do have to take us on the top side of the bracket, the bottom side. For the story, I really want Eagles to make it, and we just have our rematch in the finals. I want that to happen.
Ooh.
I don't think it will happen. Because if they beat the Penguins, I feel like they go up against the.
You got to choose your words very carefully here, Galloway. I know there's me in here, and then Chad is also saying a team.
No, I want to say the Monkeys. It's just a matter of
that bracket's a
Squashy
gauntlet
and
in
Chaka.
itself. I mean,
yeah, I really love the Squashy Chaka combo. I truly do. That said, I truly love Redbone and Tamberlin. I think it's just a matter of how if your Monkeys pop off, they win. Even if they just play good, I think they win. It's just a matter of how I just don't know how they stack up against each other. I just don't.
That bracket is any given day down there. I think any given day, any of those teams are going to beat each other.
I agree, and I just think it will probably. Oh, I don't know whose day it will be because who knows, but I think Penguins are the likely or the favorite to win against the Eagles. And well, before we get into this, how about you get into letting them know how the Eagles made it? 'Cause I know how you wanted to get into that.
Yeah,
I feel that's important too.
Week 10, magic happens on bootleg streams. Southpaw dark magic happens over there. A lot of bad things go on there. But I got a lot of magic on mine, all right? This Eagles-Hydras match, it was you win and you're in, all right? We're in game 4. Let me paint the picture. We're in game 4, all right? Hydras, they're 2-1 up. And we've got, 1-1 going into the final 20 seconds of game 4. Boom, power outage for Unseen. Devastating. JB gets demoed. They score. JB leaves. He didn't want, it's over. It's 2-1 now at less than 20 to go. Hydras, after the series, they're like, we don't want it to end that way. We'll give them that rematch. Not the rematch, but they went 1-1, playing into overtime in game 4 again. We set it up there. Eagles go back, win in overtime. and then they win in Game 5. It's gotta be. I love it when teams do that, and they're like, not the way we want to win. We want to earn it. The only other time it's happened was Expert League Season 3, I think, when Vipers won versus the Coyotes then in Toucan and some other individual I don't remember right now. But I do love it when they show that sportsmanship to get there. And it was Game 5 overtime to make it in. That is correct, Unseen.
Yep.
That is replaying in his head like a good song. So it was an absolute treat. One of the most historic matches in FDL history. Of course, Expert League, the most contested, also the most honorable at this point. Eagles, now you gotta earn it. Congrats, you made it playoffs. You're now gonna play the Penguins, who are 9-1. Yay!
Yay! On the bright side for you, Eagles, 9-1 has a horrible record in the first round.
Yay! that is a bright side. But then if you win that, you're gonna have to go against the Monkeys or Griffins, who are also just brutal this season. I think Monkeys 5-5 record, not the prettiest. But they did get wins against some big-name teams. Griffins also the only one to beat the Penguins. So pick your poison there. But
and not only that, the Monkeys nearly swept my team with me and Redwater as well. Until we pulled back a reverse sweep on them. But they near about just closed us out all the ways. So, I mean, it's a solid Monkeys team. My poison is the Monkeys are beating the Griffins. I love both of them. I can't. It's hard to. It hurts me to choose physically, but I think your Monkeys will win.
It does pain me to pick the Monkeys too, though. I mean, because I like Sir Chalk. I think he's on the up and up for everything that we do at Frontier, and I don't want to see him to lose to the Monkeys. I also don't want to see the Monkeys lose to Burning Energy's team. That would suck, but.
and just like I like Mayhem, and I like Dave's my interaction with him, and Zyros is Zyros, and then you got, which I don't have no hate for Zyros, but it's just fun to meme on them. But then you got the Eagles, which I really want to meet in grand finals. It's a
storyline. There's a lot of storyline here, especially if you get Redwater versus Tame on Dragons Monkeys teammates last season. There's a lot of different scenarios, but. We got to talk about another match other than, well, Dragons Vipers. I know you're picking Dragons to win. What do you think? What do you think the series is going to?
4-1 at best for the Vipers. 4-1.
Oh, you got Vipers winning.
No, at best for them to get one.
Yeah, you heard it here. 4-1 for the Vipers, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
I don't. Unfortunately, I think Vipers are at a disadvantage with Gold leaving, so I'm gonna have to give it to the Dragons as well. I will say 4-1, maybe 4-0. Unfortunately, but Owls, Lobsters, Owls getting that second seed also due to the divisional winner. Going up against the Lobsters in 7-3 as well. Ooh.
Yeah, I think the Lobsters will take this. I truly do.
Yeah, I don't see. I mean, after Doc's performance, especially in the All Stars.
Yeah.
That was.
Yeah.
Oh man.
He was a very solid choice for my player Coldzilla to pick as captain. To do his matches and the ones. No, Doc really stepped up. Yeah.
Especially playing against Tyler too, his teammate. That was really funny to watch.
It was.
I don't know who plays here. I don't know if Lasagna or Tyler play. I don't know if they're just gonna, because Tyler's got a better record right now, and he is doing really good work. Moving up to Expert League. So, I think I gotta give it to the Lobsters as well. I like this Owls team, but I just don't see enough dominating factor there.
And it pains me. Absolutely pains me. Kind of like Islay. I love J-Dog. I love the man. Every time he's on stream, I say I stan him. I just don't think they beat the Lobsters, and I hate it for them.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's another really tough matchup too. Like this round one in Origin and Expert is anyone's pick. It really is, and it's only going to get harder from here on out because Penguins Eagles is up next. Good luck.
I'll let you go first.
I got words to say, so I'll go first. I'm gonna have to go Lobsters though. I don't think it'll be a sweep. I think it will go 6. Owls, they just got to get it started pretty fast because once Lobsters are on offense, they're gonna hold you in your half. And you're not getting out.
Yeah. I think Owls do have their chance. I do think they have a solid chance to win. It's just if they can consistently take it to the Lobsters.
Yeah. And then Penguins versus Eagles. Galloway, while the record may be 9-1 and 5-5, I think this is going to be our match of the round. I think this is going game 7. Well, a lot of people are going to be like, Mayhem too good, nerf Mayhem. You guys are forgetting who's on this Eagles team. JP the Shrink, one of 3 people in FDL history to be undefeated in a season and win. That is a stat in this expert league that I will hold until the day he leaves or I die, whatever happens first. Please leave before I die, though. He's good. JB, he's missed out on the last couple playoff seasons, but he's always performing. He's always playing like a champion, and he has been. Mm-hmm. So I just don't see a world in which people say Penguins sweep, because there is a lot of history, especially, I didn't even talk about Unseen. You know what you're getting with Unseen. This guy is a monster on the field. That game 5,
for somebody you can't see, he has a big presence.
Exactly. I mean, this Eagles team, it's a David versus Goliath situation, but, Penguins already proved that they can bleed. Eagles, they went through the gauntlet. You said it in Origin League. You like teams that brutally go through it. Mm-hmm. So, I'm definitely thinking Eagles got the upper hand in just the passion they've got going into it, but...
You should read the pinned message while I make my speech here.
Yeah. Mayhem, I've got a better record than you. Get on my level. Honestly, you won't beat me in a 4-mans. Good luck, though.
I love Mayhem. I think he does solid for the Penguins. I think Eagles. I think it's a game 7, like you said. I agree with that 100%. My Scarab brother in arms, Mayhem. I've already got a pact with him. If we meet the Penguins in finals, we're doing at least one match of just nothing but Scarabs on the field. So I really want that to happen too. I truly do. But I think, like I said, JB and Unseen. That's tough. All in all. I think they can win it in the game 7. This is where it's really painful who will win, Chris. That's why I have to give it to the team that lands on heads or tails. I'm going heads, Eagles, and I got heads. So I'll give it to Eagles in 7.
How do the Eagles always manage to get our hearts?
Which is crazy. I should have said Eagles is tails because it's the eagle, but...
Well, Penguins have tails.
But they're flightless.
But
it's a flightless versus non-flightless bird too.
Battle of the Burbs. Anyways, Monkeys Griffins.
The Burbs.
You know who I'm going. I'm going Monkeys in 6. Just because, the best series end in 6. But this Griffins team is not to be trifled with. They are very good. I don't know if I used that word correctly. It sounded right though. But this Griffins team is really good. Unfortunately, they've got that C player, and I don't know what the heck he's doing in Expert League. Put him back down in Origin, but Squashy, always gonna be good. I mean, Squashy, coming from Origin League many seasons ago, he has earned respect in this league for the player that he is, and then Sir Chaka, I think really made a statement last season in the FTL. Absolutely lighting it up over there. So, I like the Griffins team. If it was anyone else that you were playing, I would go for you, but I can't. I can't go against the Monkeys. I think they're doing good this season. Mr. Redbone, Tamberlin, phenomenal players, phenomenal people. I'm going Monkeys, but Galloway, who do you got? Remember, I can mute your mic, so just keep that in the back of your mind.
Remember, I'm a streamer and I can mute your mic also.
Oh, guys, we're gonna see who abuses power first.
We already know who that is. Guff with the K.
Oh, it's
That's
me.
Dictator with the K.
It really
Now,
is.
I, like I said earlier, I think the monkeys will win. I think it really truly is who steps up that day the best or steps up more. Both these it's as near as a 50-50 matchup in my mind as it can get.
Yeah.
It just truly, it just truly, it truly comes down to who steps up that day
Yeah.
the best. And I think your monkeys will be motivated to go up against. At least I know Tamlin is chomping at the bits, and Redbow is chomping at the bits to face us on the other side. So I think they have that. Definitely have the fire. I think the monkeys will win it. And what? It's got to be 6 or 7. It's got to be.
Minimum
It's got to be.
6. I think if it's game 7, it's going to be a blowout one way or the other. I
Yeah.
don't think that game 7 ends well. I think someone's going to run out of steam, and it's going to end there. But a lot of ways this playoff bracket can go. I think, hottest contenders right now. Penguins, Eagles. I think whoever wins that has the best chance of winning the entire thing. That is just a lineup made in history. But, it's Expert League. It's always going to be tightly contested. Star League up next. Boy, oh boy, do I hate Star League, okay?
Do we have to top out Star League?
We don't really have to.
I mean, it's the
You know
only one
what?
that
We gotta
covers
take
one
a
enough.
poll. I was asking what kind of poll are we taking? We're gonna take this poll. Do we talk about Star League?
And here's the thing, too. While y'all voting on this, remember, Star League is the only one that covers one, so nobody cares about Star League. It's a wash. It's a bum.
Yeah, we got 3 minutes on the poll. Good luck, guys. I really don't want to talk about it, but we'll just briefly intro the teams. You got Eagles number 1, 9-1 curse potentially there. Monkeys getting shafted on that one because the Coyotes played an illegal lineup week 10. So the Huskies ended up number 1 seed. Monkeys got pushed down to 4th. Sadly, that's Monkeys could have been 2nd seed. They could have been 2nd seed, and now they're 4th. Because the Coyotes can't get their stuff together. I'm a little salty at that. Frank, Jack, Rizm. If you know the boys, you know the boys. They've been here since season 2, okay? The Kings.
Well, there's 4 teams with 6-4 on the Courage side. They could have also got shifted down more, too, if they weren't careful.
That is very true. that was a very close... This has been a close Star League. I mean, all the leagues I'm very impressed with. But this one in particular, great. Jack is actually going to get his rematch against Motions in I don't even know how many seasons. I think the last time Jack and Motions played each other was season 2 of FDL, which is crazy to think that the rivalry can go back that far. Oh, by the way, Motions and Yeet are playing. LRK is going to be out. I know that knowledge. But that is going to be a really nice match to see if you are a old school boy like myself in the FDL. Rams Vipers. Oof. I don't know anything about this Vipers team, but when you see the Rams in a playoff bracket, you know it's going to be a good match. Rams always have a good match, and especially Goldfish. He is on top of it this time around. That is absolutely dominating performance through league play. Rams Eagles, if we get that in the semifinals, is going to be the best match of the season, and there is no doubt about it. There is nothing in my head saying otherwise.
I can agree.
Huskies Owls might be our throwaway match, Galloway. Might be our throwaway match. I'm not disrespecting the players.
Disrespecting the teams.
I did this to someone last season too, and I think it might have been the Owls again. And I said it's gonna be. I think I called it the butthole match. Okay, it was no one really thought anything was gonna happen with it, but the Owls did come on top of that match, and it was a really good one. I think this is gonna be our same iteration. It's in the same exact bracket too. It was so funny. It was so funny. This might be our matchup though, but I'm Penguins Gators. We don't have Suter on the Penguins this time around, but Gators Penguins. Last time they were in the playoffs playing against each other was season 2 grand finals in Expert League. So, love the rematch there. Robot Man, he made it to playoffs last season with Stu. He's made it to playoffs a couple seasons with Stu. But he got tie this time. Do we talk about Star League? No. Yes, we don't have to talk about Star League anymore. Woohoo! Chat, you're the best. We're going to do something because also, by the way, this month, FDL turns 4 years old. So, that's a thing. That's a thing. I think it's July 22nd or something. It was the first, like, week 1 scheduling thing was starting. But, Gators, Penguins, a lot of good history there. These are all very historic matchups. Galloway, you did not.
Hey, no. They deserve that for not letting us talk about Star.
Very true, very true. Thank you, guys.
That's their payment.
We don't like Star League here, and I'm not only giving that option to save on time because I didn't realize how much we actually talk when we're uncapped, Galloway.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
Truly the yappers. Just really quickly, give me top bracket, bottom bracket, who's going grand finals.
Like I said, Eagles, Rams, ting tang, walla walla Rams, and
we might have the same. We might have the same bracket here, Galloway.
Yeah, we're close. I can feel it. It's not going to be throw away. I'm going to give it to the Gators, man. Rams, the Gators.
Oh my God! I was also thinking Rams, Gators.
Let's go.
I truly think Rams Gators are going to do it. I can see Penguins, though. I think that bottom match goes to the grand finals. But I really do believe that we might see Robot 2-time champion here. I don't know why. I don't have any logic behind it. But I
got your logic right here. Because Tai is a 2-time... His name's repeated twice there. Tai. There you go. 2-time. There's your stretch of logic, Chris. I got you.
If Tai wins an FDL, I'm going to have to go and try to win over an MLE. Which I wouldn't be opposed to. I think I could do pretty all right in... I don't know what I'd be in. I'm pretty washed.
FDL invades MLE. Let's go.
I think that's their lowest. I think I'd do pretty all right down there. But good thing we don't have to talk about Star League because we've got Elite League up next. Another butthole league that no one likes to watch. But Gators, this bracket is... I have no idea who's winning, Galloway. I know you've got your pick because of the Dragons being represented in it, but all these teams had a 5-5 record like a 5-win record at one point. All these teams were tied in like series differential. It's been crazy for an Elite League season. So I don't know. I really want to see Penguins win this bracket. I got the feeling Penguins can do it because Flushi's never made it to a playoff bracket in Elite League. They've always been one series off. It's been devastating, but I think Flushi and Cause have got the makings this season to make it work. I also think J-Dubs has never finished #1 seed before, too, and he's down there. And Amp and Solus are doing really good. So I'm thinking this might be the 1-1 seed, and they duke it out in the finals. But what are your thoughts, Galloway?
Well, I'll start with the top bracket. I do think it will be Penguins who will take it all the way to the finals on that side of things. Although I hate it hurts me to say that because I love that Gators team. I think Gators will probably take the Griffins out. I think the Penguins will have a bloodbath with the Gators, and I think Gators will just not be able to keep up with the sliding powers of the Penguins.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I think the Dragons would take the Owls, and I like that Rams team, man. I like that Rams team.
I think that Rams built a really good team.
I think I like that Rams team, but I like my Dragons more.
That's my problem. I've got a real big issue with I like at least 1 or 2 players on all of these teams. Like,
same.
Flushy, the boy. Stoobs, Mark, Sifri, Tyler, they're all the boys on the Gators. Costin, he's the boy on the Griffins. We got P2K. We got Pro Patty, and I guess Rainy Day's cool too. And then we got J-Dubs on the Rams. I mean, this is a bracket for the homies, and I guess I'm not a homie anymore because I missed it. But this is a really nice It's just one of the nicest brackets Elite League has ever played out to.
I,
Oh, it's so
I
hard to pick a winner, though.
it is. I think it's gonna be very tight. I think it. While the ending series score may not be, I think the series will be tight between the Rams and Dragons. I
Yeah.
don't know how it finishes between those two, but I'm going to go with the underdog here of 5-5 Dragons beating the Rams, and
Okay.
against the Penguins, I'm just going to stick with my team all the way.
Rams are.
Underdogs.
Go on, go on.
I was going to say underdog from the beginning. Penguins is 6-4, so it's not as much of an underdog story technically, but I do like what I'm seeing in my server with this elite team. I can't in good conscience go against them. Not
I was
because
gonna
of
say Dragons. I think first half of the season was a little bit concerning. Second half of
mm-hmm.
the season, I think Prosperity and JDS have found a play style that now works for them. It looks really good. My only question is how defensive this Elite League has been this season, because Penguins. I think they've had one of the best defensive showings I've ever seen out of a team in Elite League. And then Owls, they're pretty up there as well. I didn't play against the Rams, so I can't really say for them. But all these teams are not letting. Let me just pull up the Elite League.
And while you're doing that,
Goals
I'm going to throw
against.
this out there as well. That Moto has a chance of being played in this season or this playoffs as well. And I really like Moto as the third south for Dragons. I really truly do.
Yeah, all these Courage Conference teams, goals against them 102, 100. Owls, I don't know where 141 came from, but even Vipers at 109. Defense is being played. Stealth Conference was a little bit more aggressive, a little bit lackluster. 120 against for the Penguins, 127 for the Dragons. Griffins at 141 and Monkeys at 159. But I mean, that's really close all around for all those teams.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, in a season where no one's excelling at offense or excelling at, this is offense defense kind of capability I'm seeing from Stealth Courage. So, what you bet on more, I don't know. Defense always wins championships, though. And I gotta say, I think Penguins Rams have two of the best defenses I've seen out of all these teams.
I agree. I agree, and that's the only reason why I'm giving it to my Dragons instead of the Rams, because I am that close to giving it to the Rams over them.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason is I just think the Dragons will pull some kind of magic rabbit out of their butt cheeks and just like turn the tables upside down.
Traditionally, they do hats, but I'm intrigued to see how a dragon pulls a rabbit out of its butt. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna go into it.
Please don't. No, don't do that on stream. No.
No. I didn't say demonstrations. Don't worry. No.
We're unhinged. This is why we need a third.
Where are you, Debbie?
Debbie, why have you forsaken us?
The glue that held us together.
Oh, we love Debbie. But
we do.
Gators, Griffins, I think Burning said it best in chat. I think it's going 7. Whoever's gonna not tilt first in that series, because I think there's a lot of tilters in that lobby, and if whoever's the calmest team is gonna win. Dragons, Owls. Honestly, I could see this entire bracket going Game 7s. I really can. Which I don't think has ever happened, but in any playoff bracket ever, but I do believe that is a possibility. Dragons, I gotta say Dragons win. I'm sorry, Owls. I do love the team. I just think this is... You're flipping a coin. I really think you are. And then Dragons, Rams... Ah, man.
I know it hurts. It's so tough, difficult to really choose.
I'm gonna say Rams just because Rams ending number 1 seed I think is a good thing. J-Dubs, he hasn't won in his league for a championship, and I think this is the season he could get it in this. Man, dude, I'm the only one left without a championship from season 1 in Elite League now. I gotta step it up next season.
And what's one more thing? Dragons were the champions last season.
That's true.
I'm putting that pressure on P2K. I'm putting that pressure. You got to do it twice in a row. Earn my love.
Earn my love. Oh man. Whatever happens with this Elite League bracket, we all know it is going to be one to watch, but no one will watch it because it's Elite League. Master League, however, a lot of people are saying this Griffins team is good. I don't believe it. They lost to the Eagles twice. Milio's scared to show up against the Eagles. He doesn't want to play against them. That's okay. That's okay. Coward. Coward he is. But, you know, I think you're going to get Griffins Grand Finals anyways. I think they're too good.
Yeah, we had Burning Energy sub in for both of those Eagle matchups, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Burning's 0-2 in Master League. I'm 1-0.
I wasn't setting that up, Burning, I swear.
All I'm saying is my record in Master is better than Elite. Get on my level. But I don't know. I think I'm going to do a quick bracket because I think this bracket is cut and dry. It's just going to be really controversial. Penguins win over Rams, game 5. Griffins win over Penguins, game 6. Monkeys win over Eagles. Owls win over Monkeys. Owls win over Griffins. Controversial. We love it here. See, there he is.
I'll actually go with that.
Woo! We're converting them. Conversion with a K.
I've become a monkey.
Welcome to the dark side, Galloway.
I heard you have bananas.
Well,
I heard that you are bananas. So.
that's the proper phrase. No, I mean, there's got to be one upset in this bracket.
Yeah.
And I believe it to be that. I think Grand Finals will be the big upset. I think Monkeys, beating Eagles isn't going to be too drastic. I believe because I think Monkeys they've went to game 5 for, I don't know, 7 of their series, which is really hard to do. But I believe they could pull it out that round 1. I mean, whoever makes it out, I think, lose to the Owls. Owls looked really good. But
yeah,
there's not too much to talk about in this Master League. I mean, I feel like it's cut and dry, but that's what you get when you're at the top too. You know, whoever's really, you know, dominating the league is pretty much gonna shut it all down.
Yeah, like I said, there's really not too much to talk about. We love the Master guys. It's just like I said, a little bit cut and dry. Man.
I mean, it might as well just be like each top seed beats the other one too. But
I do kind of want to throw. Who did you say we had the top brackets going again? I forget. You said Rams, right?
I said Penguins.
Penguins? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry,
I will say I delineate a little bit. I do think the Rams will beat the Penguins. I will throw that out there. I will have that little delineation from. But I do think they will lose to the Griffins. And I think we'll still be the same as 4.
Yeah. A lot of ways it could go, Galloway. This is going to be the end, but I want to know, what league do you think is going to be the most interesting for playoffs?
Well, thank God we didn't have to talk about Star, because it ain't going to be them.
That's what I'm saying. You got to step it up, Star League. We didn't get anyone banned this season in Star League. Like, Coyotes actually made it through a season. Well, I can't say that quite yet. Okay, we got a few more weeks. We know how a couple seasons ago ended with unmentionables, but
Chris, I have a suggestion for you.
Right.
A devious plot. Can we unban one of the previously banned? Elevate them up 2 stars just to ban them again.
just to keep the tradition going, maybe.
Yes.
Maybe.
Maybe like a little bit of a playoff madness at the end of it.
It would be like, what? I thought he was already banned. We'll take our pick. I got a few from the Coyotes that we could bring back to ban.
I think the most interesting that we will have will not be. I think it will be fun to watch. I don't think it will be them. I think it's going to come down either to expert or origin, and it's. people say that Origin is the best league, but I think it's going to be Expert, man. It's just Origin. I feel like is full of stacked, strong teams for Origin League, but it can just topple one way or the other. Expert, I just have no way of predicting how that's going to end,
See,
except for Dragon Win.
I'm the exact same way, but
The other
I
way.
think Origin is going to be the most interesting. Normally in Origin League, you've got one top contender team, which was the Penguins, but they've been taken out of contention altogether. And I think that bracket is thrown up completely. There is not one team or one player saying, oh, they're going to win it all. It's whatever. I think everyone's
Yeah.
got a case in Origin League. I can argue every single team in that bracket winning. I really can. No matter what I feel personally against any of them, I think all of them have a good shot of doing their best to win it all. Which is why Origin League is going to be the best league this season. But
Let's see.
that's going to...
When I made my decision, I was 51-49. It really is that close. The only reason I gave it to the 1% to Expert is because I'm going to win it. That's why.
That's fair bias. That's fair bias. I can see
I'm
that.
going to be 100% biased there.
See, I was kind of thinking Elite League. Elite League could go all 7. You know, every series could be Game 7. It's possible. I don't think it'll happen because I don't live in a fantasy, but it'd be nice to see that. I do. This has been the 2 most fun seasons of FDL I've played in are the 2 I don't make it to playoffs because it is hard. It is hard. Competition's hard. Like last season, it was too easy. It was too easy. And then someone had to go and study for college finals. Oh, selling my bag. I worked 8 seasons for that bag. But that is all the time that we have and a little bit of extra time. So, Galloway, any final closing remarks?
It's just one shout out to Burning for just constantly ragging on us in the chat when we didn't pick Griffin. And the shout out to Kimmy who's in there representing Origin League. And shout out to Debbie who could not make it, but we love him to death. Chris, thank you for streaming this and to hosting this one as well. Shout out to all the teams, like I said this past weekend, who made it to playoffs. It's not just a shout out to y'all, but a shout out to those who did not make it because you forced the teams that did. Yes, you see, Chris.
He was talking about me, guys.
You played a new small part. Not. Really and truly, this has been an absolutely fun season to watch and cast and stream and just be a part of FDL. So it's kind of a long-winded final words, but a shout out to all you guys. You have made this a blast of a season, and I'm gonna be sad when it ends, but I can't wait to see how this playoffs goes.
Absolutely. And by the way, Galloway, we do have to shout out the giant coin. That was awesome. If we can actually get like a desk for like streams in the future, that is going to be our RLCS coin. Love that. Guys, if anyone's upset about our takes, just know we're idiots. So that's just a theory. An FDL theory. Thanks for watching.